you got to play with one of the greatest two-sport athletes of all time. There's only a couple even in the conversation, Bo Jackson being one of them and Deion Sanders being the other. Now, I want to start with a video that I saw the other day with Deion claiming that he is by far a better fisher than you. What do you got to say about that?
He's probably accurate. He did that all over this time. I mean, he got himself kicked out of more places where you couldn't fish. If he was driving down the road and he saw a pond, he jumped out and probably fished the pond. And we had a blast in spring training at the PGA Boulevard, PGA Champ, where we stayed at PGA where the golf course is. And he fished them. I mean, he fished every pond. We had times where we would just have a bunch of shiners, bunch of bobbers, and we'd go out there and fish, and he took out a lot of bass out of those ponds. So there's no doubt that Deion Sanders is a more avid fisherman than I am, and probably a more accomplished one. But it didn't stop us from having competitions at Okeechobee and certainly at PGA in West Palm Beach. We had our share of fun.
I think he also said he went to your pond and took all the fish out of there.
Well, that may be Deion just being Deion, but I think the man. Look, he loves what he loves, and when he loves something, he's going to excel at it at the greatest level. He's the best he's the best athlete I've ever seen. There's no question. Bo Jackson is obviously in that conversation. Two totally different type athletes with raw potential to play two sports in a different way. And I still maintain that if Deion Sanders would have played baseball his entire career, he would have been one of the greatest leadoff hitters to ever play the game, because he was raw. He didn't even know what he was doing. He wanted to hit homers. He was so fast. He didn't even learn how to bunt yet. And he had such a capacity to change the game. He was great for us.
Wow. So you were playing with him during the height of his time being a two-sport athlete. Were you guys teammates on the famous weekend when he played in a baseball game and then flew to play in a football game?
Yeah, we got a chance to experience the greatness. It was jaw-dropping. I mean, he even played in the postseason. He would have been the MVP in '92. If we'd have won and beat the Blue Jays, he'd have been the MVP. That's how important he was. He's playing with a stress fracture in his foot. Words can't describe. I mean, I'm trying to think of another scenario that would even be close. Look, it would be like me playing in a major golf tournament and then flying after the major golf tournament to go pitch a game. It's just impossible to think that someone could do this at the level that he did it.
Wow, that's unbelievable.